Look, man, just pray. That's it. Like that's a message today, bro. Just pray. No matter if you're feeling good, you're feeling bad, you're thinking a lot, you're at peace. Like, just pray. You tried everything else. You tried to control everything. You tried to overthink everything. You tried to make assumptions, and all that's doing is sending you down a spiral of stress, of frustration, because you can't figure those things out alone. You know what I'm saying? You can't do everything on your own. You can't control everything. You know what I'm saying? You keep trying to control everything out of your control, you're never gonna be at peace. Like it's time to pray, bro. And this is coming from an overthinker who, when my relationship with God wasn't what it is right now, I was always stressed. I was always frustrated. I felt lost all the time. I felt stuck all the time. I overthought all the time. I still overthink a lot. But like when I just realized that God can take care of that, I'm saying when you put that at God's feet, that He will pick that up and take care of all your anxieties, take care of all your thoughts, take care of all your assumptions, all the negative things, and literally everything in your life, is when I started to simply just pray, talk to God. I'd be like, can you please like heal me? Can you please lead me down the right direction? Can you ease my mind? Stuff like that. And boom, I instantly feel peace. Boom, I instantly stop trying to control everything. I instantly just put my trust and my faith in God because I know that He's working behind the scenes. I know that everything He does is for a reason. Every plan and every move we make is for a reason. Everything that happens in our life is for a reason, bro. So why are we not talking to God about it? Why are we trying to control everything when everything is out of our control? I'm saying, I know I say that a lot, but like that's something that I'm really going through right now, a phase in my life or a season in my life where my mind is always running. I'm thinking this, thinking that. And every time I do that, bro, I just started to pray during those times. I'm saying I just started to talk to God and just bring everything to Him and just let Him take control of it. I've started to surrender to God and just let Him move in different ways in my life because, bro, prayer is powerful. It's just very powerful. It's not just like you talking to the air, but you're talking to the man that created you. You're talking to the man that brought you to this earth for a purpose, for a reason, the man behind everything that happens in your life. Like prayer is power. It's going to shift your heart. It's going to shift your mindset. It's going to shift your direction. And yes, it's going to shift the situation you're praying for. It might shift the decisions you make. It might shift the direction you go down on the path you go down in a situation, with a job, with a relationship, with a friendship, just simply in life. Like, bro, prayer is powerful. Prayer works. Like, there's never anything in this world that you should feel scared to pray for. Sorry, that you should feel scared to pray for. Like, pray. I don't care what it is. If you want anything, if you want anything to move or change, like, just pray. God hears all prayers. God is working behind the scenes all the time. It says in James 5:16 that the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Like that's straight from the word. That's straight from the Bible. So if that's saying that prayer is powerful and effective, why do you not pray? You know what I'm saying? Why do you try to control everything up here and try to force things in your life when none of those things are in your control at all? All you got to do is pray. Ask God to guide you. Ask God to help you make the right decisions. Ask God to ease your mind, to heal your mind, to heal your heart. Like whatever it may be, in your life, pray. I don't care what the situation is. Go talk to God. Go pray because prayer works, and prayer also builds that relationship with God that you might be seeking. You know what I'm saying? Prayer builds that relationship with God that you might want. It's not just the results that come out of prayer. It's not just the how your mind shifts when you pray. It's actually building a relationship with God. That's the best part of it. That's really the reason why we pray. That's really the reason why we talk to God every day, all day, whatever it may be, because it's building that relationship. Think about it like this, bro. God is not a vending machine. When you pray, it's not just about always asking for this and asking for that. It's about having that conversation with God. And that's something I struggle with too, that I'm trying to work on, is trying to get out of that phase of always asking, trying to get out of that phase of just, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have that? Like, no, that is a relationship with God, the man who created you, with the person who brought you to this earth. So when you pray, it's about aligning yourself with God. It's about listening to God. It's about surrendering to God. It's about building that relationship. A relationship goes two ways. It's not just one person always asking and one person always begging. Like, it's a relationship. You got to listen to God. You got to surrender to God. It's about aligning yourself with what he wants in your life, with the path that he wants you to go down. Because every time you pray, bro, you're connecting with God's will. You're connecting with God's plan. You're connecting with God's purpose and path for you. It's not just what you want. It's not just your wants in his life and your wants in this world. It's about having a real relationship and having a real conversation with God. And when you realize that, bro, that's when even more peace comes. Like, yeah, asking God for this and asking God for that might bring you peace because you have that faith and that trust in him, but genuinely building that relationship and genuinely trying to listen to him instead of just asking all the time and building that relationship with him is going to bring you more peace than you ever could have imagined. Ever. And yeah, you might be praying for something and you might be like, I never got that answer. You know, I never seen that sign that I prayed for, but answered prayers may look different than expected. You know, you may not realize that in the moment, but when you sit down and reflect on things, bro, they may look different than what you asked for. They may look different than that sign you might have asked for. You know, sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. That's the good thing about our God, because he protects us from so many things that we might be praying for that is not good for us. You know, that's not genuine for us. Sometimes it's a yes, sometimes it's a no, sometimes it's a not yet. But there's always a purpose behind it. You know, so we never should question God. We never should question what God is doing behind the scenes, because he wants what's best for us. You know, he has a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. We just got to trust that. You know what I'm saying? We just got to have faith in that. Yeah, sometimes it may hurt. Sometimes it may be great. But everything is a blessing. You know, God might remove somebody out of your life because he knew you didn't need them anymore. He knew that they weren't good for you. They weren't fitting for your purpose or for your path. He may bring somebody into your life because they are good for that. Or he might bring somebody in and out of your life to teach you something. Like, you never know what God is doing. You know what I'm saying? You never know what God is working behind the scenes. That's why I say sometimes it may be a yes, sometimes it may be a no, sometimes it may be a not yet. But everything he does has a purpose. Everything he moves in and everything he brings in and out of your life, there's a purpose behind it. Like I say, bro, I'm a big overthinker. I overthink a lot. And there were moments where I was in my head so much that I was like, why is this happening? You know, why is this going like that? Why is this person coming in and out? Like, bro, prayer, I'm not going to say that I've overcame overthinking or I've overcame the anxiety, all that stuff. But prayer has helped me out with that so much, especially within this last month. I'm just be open with y'all. Within this last month, bro, there's been a lot of overthinking. There's been a lot of anxieties. But just praying and talking to God and building a relationship with him and literally surrendering to him, you know, and putting my whole faith and putting my whole trust in him, bro, has helped me kind of grow out of that so much. No, I'm not perfect. No, I haven't overcame it or am free from the anxiety or free from the overthinking, sorry. But it's helped me out so much. You know, God has helped me out so much. He's helped me grow in ways that I never could have imagined. He's helped me do things that I never could have imagined. Like, when you're alone, bro, you have nothing else. Like, there were moments where I had nothing but prayer. There was moments where I had nothing but God. And that's when God showed up in my life in the loudest. That's when God showed up in my life the biggest, you know, the closest that I've ever been to God. And like I've always said, like, I'm trying to build that relationship every day. I'm trying to grow that relationship every day. But that can't happen without prayer. You know, that can't happen without genuinely building that relationship and genuinely trying to listen to what he's trying to tell you, to what he's trying to show you in your life. And yeah, sometimes it may be silent after you pray, but you just got to know that God hears all prayers. Like, I promise you, he's hearing all prayers. Sorry. God hears all prayers, no matter what it may be. He hears every single one. And it may be quiet right now because he's working, but he's going to reveal to you what you've prayed for. He's going to bring into your life what you prayed for. So I just encourage y'all to keep praying, even if it may be silent right now. Like, don't stop. Even if it feels like nothing has happened, don't stop, because your prayers are doing more than you see. God is doing more behind the scenes than you may be able to see with your own two eyes. So don't stop praying, bro. Like keep praying every single day, every morning, every night, throughout the day. Like pray. Like there's times in the middle of the day I just pray. Just because I'm thinking something, or I feel something, or I just feel like I gotta talk to God. Like I gotta talk to him right now. I gotta get this off my mind right now. I gotta get this off my chest right now, because that's a person you can always run to. He's always there all the time. He's always listening. That's the great thing about our God, but he shows us this unconditional love that nobody else can show us. Nobody can show us that same love that God shows us, bro. So literally whenever during the day, like just go talk to God. Go grow that relationship. Go build that relationship with him. Even in times when you might feel lost, when you might feel anxious, when you might feel tired, go pray. If you're happy, if you're grateful, if you're in a great spot in your life, go pray. Because you're living in those answered prayers that you used to pray. So you can't forget about God when everything is going right. I'm saying you can't forget about God when he opens those doors for you and gives you those opportunities. Because when you invite God in to your life, when you surrender to God, when you bring God into your heart and into your mind, bro, I promise you everything in your life starts to change for the better. For the better, you start to trend in the right direction. Like prayer works, bro. I can't stress that enough. Go start talking to him. As soon as you get done watching this video, if you have not, started that relationship with God yet, go talk to him. Go pray. Go start growing that relationship, because that's the best thing that I've ever done in my life. Ever was giving my life to God and just putting my trust and my faith in him. Yeah, sometimes it may be hard, but you got to know that God has a bigger picture for you. God has a better plan than what you may think. God has a better path and a better purpose than what you're trying to create in his world. You know what I'm saying? He has a better plan for you, bro. So you just got to trust that. And you got to have faith in that every single day and go build that relationship, bro. Like, go pray, go pray, go pray, go pray, because prayer works. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. We're on the way to 500 subs. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.